Hey, what is going on everybody? Arthur here and welcome to Q&A number 10. So before we get into the questions, I first off wanted to say that if you haven't asked any questions yet and you still want to do so, then be sure to leave them in the comments down below and then I'll make sure to answer them in one of my future videos. So the first question comes from Mr. Kick Your Ass and he asked me, will you still post Call of Duty commentaries a year from now? I'm not sure, I guess I will. I really enjoy making Call of Duty videos, class setups, weapon comparisons, Q&As for that matter, but I don't know how much time I will have left next year because I will be going to university next year, so we'll just have to wait and see, but I can promise you that I will still be posting Call of Duty content, just maybe not as regularly as I do now. Anyway, the next question comes from Cooper Verano, and he asked me, what is your least favorite gun in Black Ops 2? So there really isn't one specific gun that I do not like, but there are a few that I do not like as much as the other ones, which are the M81, the Chicken CQP, the Scorpion Evo 3, the Vector K10, the Executioner, and the QB LSW. There are probably a few more as well, but I don't really know which guns they are at the time being. Anyway, the next question comes from 2001 Al Hamza, and he asked me, what are your favorite score streaks to use? So my favorite score streaks to use are probably, or actually definitely, the UAV, the Lightning Strike, and the Stealth Chopper. That is a score streak setup that you see very often in one of my videos, but I also really like the UAV, the Counter UAV, and the VSAT, or even the UAV, the VSAT, and the EMP for that matter, or maybe the VSAT, the Lodestar, and the Swarm for when I'm actually playing Domination or Demolition for that matter, but I really do not play those game types on the regular. Anyway, the next question comes from the Cottons, and he asked me, what other games do you play besides Black Ops 2? So there really aren't too many games that I play besides Black Ops 2, mainly because I just do not have the time to play a lot of games. I mean, I have to play Black Ops 2, I have to make videos, I enjoy doing that, so I really do not play a lot of other games as well, but there are a few. Last week, for an example, I actually downloaded Heroes and Generals, which is a free World War II first-person shooter. That game is incredibly fun. It might be a little bit too realistic for some of you out there, a little bit too realistic in terms of hit markers, in terms of damage, you know, the way that everything plays, but it is incredibly fun and I could actually recommend some of you to download that as well. A couple of weeks ago I actually finished Tomb Raider, a couple of weeks before that I finished Dead Space 3, I mean I've got Battlefield 3, Medal of Honor Warfighter, Medal of Honor 2010, Mafia 2, Red Dead Redemption, Brink. Now Brink was an incredibly disappointing game, I can't lie with that. This is literally one of the worst games that I've ever played, but I literally just do have a ton. I've got basically every single GTA, every single Call of Duty for that matter, every single Call of Duty since Call of Duty 1, even on the Xbox 360. There are a ton of games that I have. There aren't too many games that I play. I mean, I play Crysis 3 every now and then as well, and that is basically it, I guess. There are a few more. I think I have about 50 or 40 games on the Xbox 360, but I don't really know all of them. Anyway, the next question comes from the Amphibole, and he asked me, what do you think about the new Uprising DLC? I think it's going to be great. I really like the way that the new multiplayer maps look. I'm really looking forward to Vertigo for that matter, because I really liked High Rise from Modern Warfare 2, but we really just have to wait and see. And then we also have Mob of the Dead. Now that one seems to be incredibly fun to me. I think it's going to be kind of like Kino der Toten from Black Ops 1, or at least in terms of layout, in terms of darkness. That's just what I feel like it's going to be looking like. Anyway, I'm going to be posting a ton, just a ton of DLC content, both on Tuesday and Wednesday. On Tuesday, I will try to put up every single multiplayer map with, of course, a few tips, a few class setups as well. Then on April 17th, which is Wednesday, I'll be posting a ton of Mob of the Dead content, and I might actually be able to post Mob of the Dead Live Part 1 on Tuesday as well, but we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, the next question comes from Comedy Game 16, and he asked me, what is your favorite perk? So my favorite perk has to be Toughness. Toughness is probably the perk that I use the most. Toughness is probably the perk that you've seen me use the most in my class setups as well, mainly because Toughness is just one of those perks that literally helps you out in every single game that you play, because it helps you out in every single gunfight, because it simply just reduces flinch, and that is incredibly helpful in literally any game, literally any gunfight. So that's why that is my favorite perk. But I also really like Dexterity, because I like to move around the map a little bit faster. Anyway, last but not least, we have a question from Aries, and he asked me, what was your first Call of Duty? So my first Call of Duty, for those of you that haven't seen my previous Q&As, was actually Call of Duty 1. I'm a real hardcore Call of Duty fan. I've been playing it ever since Call of Duty 1, then on to Call of Duty 2. Then I skipped Call of Duty 3. I never even knew that there was a Call of Duty 3. A lot of people didn't know that there's a Call of Duty 3. I mean, it makes sense that there was, of course, a Call of Duty 3. I mean, I knew that there was a Call of Duty 3, but I never played it. I went from COD 2 to COD 4 to COD 5 to Modern Warfare 2, and then during the Modern Warfare 2 days, I actually bought Call of Duty 3 as well. Now, Call of Duty 3 is definitely the worst one in this series. But anyway, guys, that was it for Q&A number 10. Now, once again, if you haven't asked any questions yet and you still want to do so, then be sure to leave them in the comments down below, and then I will make sure to answer them in one of my future videos. With that said, if you enjoyed the video, a like rating would as always be very much appreciated. If not, that is of course cool as well. On the screen right now is yesterday's video, which is actually my first nuclear gameplay. If you haven't checked out that video yet and you are interested in checking it out, then be sure to do so. With that said, I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see some of you next time. Take it easy.